What is going on, everybody? This is your boy JC from JC Eagles Talk, and we are back. There's no taking no breaks. When the Eagles season is on, I don't care. Yeah, I'll go live all day, every day, 10 times a day, because I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles fans out there deserve the best breaking news, the best content out there. So I'm back with my guy, MrCrockpot. What's going on, my guy? Introduce yourself and let them know a little bit about you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Chris Dives, MrCrockpot. Whatever you want to call me is fine. Schofield called me Crocky last night. I'm good with that, too. I am the CEO of the Painted Lines, paintedlines.com. I run the YouTube channel here, the Painted Lines YouTube channel. Diehard Eagles, Sixers fan, as you know, NBA draft, NFL draft. Also dab a lot into Marvel, DC comics, and movie and TV reviews. So I'm just ecstatic to have me back on, man. Let's roll, baby. Let's do it.
All right, so let's go. Let's get into it. My first question is for you this. How impressed were you with the Eagles' big win on Sunday?
So much to the point where I woke up the next morning and I was like, did that actually happen? Did that, like, when was the last time you had fun watching Eagles football? I don't know.
2017.
Yes, exactly.
The year we won the Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, the way the Eagles came out and showed you their game plan, their blueprint to success just made me straight geek out. Because at the end of the day, they're going to beat you down in the trenches. The way that defensive line the last three quarters shut Matt Ryan down. 14 yards rushing in the second half.
Yes.
9 quarterback hits. I love seeing that. I love seeing Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell, make an impact on this roster. 5.6 yards a carry. I love the game. Like, this team could maybe lead the league in rushing total this year. We'll see. That being said, I love the game plan. I kind of predicted how this game was going to go on my preview. I love the idea of getting the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands fast, efficiently. When Jalen Hurts looks calm and confident in that pocket, like I said on your show and Randall's show, like, that is the next evolution for Jalen Hurts to become a franchise quarterback. He's phenomenal outside of the pocket. He was 5 of 8, 50 yards in the touchdown outside of the pocket. When he's out of the pocket, he's magic. Pure magic. The only problems that I said when we talked about this is that he tends to he thinks there's a pressure when there's really not. And he's too quick to leave the pocket. What I saw on Sunday, he was cool. He was calm. Yeah. Nick Sirianni's offense, he got the ball out fast. Quez. Got the ball to Jalen. When was the last time you saw the screen game in Philadelphia? It's been years, bro. It's been years. It's just top to bottom. Offensively, I love the game plan. Defensively, they're building it the right way. Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, I think in 12 targets, only allowed 1 first down. It was just glorious. I mean, I graded this on our postgame show an A, and I got a little slack for it. Oh, the penalties. It's the first game of the season. Yeah, Johnson needs to play a lot better because D Ford's going to be right on his ass this week. That's going to be a matchup to watch. He cannot have 3 penalties on his own there, but 7 on the offensive line. It is what it is. It's the first game of the season. Overall, 32-6. If you would have, we talked about this, I did not expect this result at all. And any other analysts out there that saw this coming, although I will say Randall did call 31-10. And
Randall doesn't count. He calls them 17-0 until we lose. So see, and he always gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna blow everybody out." I guarantee you, if you ask Bird Game 31, what's the score this upcoming Sunday? Hey, it's probably gonna be 31-17 or 41-15. You know what I mean? So, yes, he did call it close, but we'll see. Oh,
cheers,
he's in
Randall.
the chat too.
Cheers, bro. That was all. I called him 24-22 Eagles win, but not in my dreams that I expected to look that flawless. I mean, like what Jalen Hurts got hit once in that game. Like, you look at Carson, led the league in getting sacked last year. He held on the ball way too long. There was like very little nitpicking in this game. I was just head over heels, man. Like I said, I woke up the next morning and I was like, what is this? Like I'm still wearing my Eagles jacket. I'm like, usually that's thrown out my window within the first half.
Hey, look, hey, before I go, first thing, we do have a spy in this chat. Is a Cowboys fan.
Oh, no.
Joseph Thomas. He's a Cowboys fan. But I said, look, it's okay because we welcome all. We welcome all because this probably be the best show that he's going to see because the Cowboys stuff. So it is what it is. So welcome, my guy. I appreciate your support. Thank you for tuning in. And here we go. Bird Game, what's going on? He's in the chat, of course. And is this your prediction for the Sunday's game
goodness.
this past game? So I need to know that. All right. So
that's wild.
Somebody said I had confidence in them from the jump. I'm a diehard. We all had confidence in them, but I didn't see this beatdown coming. Just off of history, like the past 3-4 times we played them, it always came down to this one last drive, this one last drop by Nelson Aguilar. Or, the year we went to the Super Bowl, Julio Jones in the end zone, the pass went through his hands, but he would not come down with it and bounce anyway. So it always came down to this one last drive. But this right here, I'm not going to lie. The way this game started, I was like, damn, is our defense is going to be able to hold up?
Yeah.
I mean, they started a 2-minute offense, like a Chip Kelly type of offense. It was quick throws, get up to the line. Ridley had at least 5-6 catch by himself. I was like, could somebody stop Ridley? And then they was going to Mike Davis. Cordell Patterson looked like Barry Sanders. We could not tackle him. I was like, man, it's going to be a long game. And they came to the red zone, and we made 4 stops and kicked in a field goal. But the first quarter, I was like, man, 11 minutes. It's time of possession for the Falcons. I was like, man. And then the second quarter, it was a little bit, almost the same, but a little bit better for the Eagles. And I guess we went in half and we did adjustments. But I did not see this big blowout coming. 6 points, 2 field goals. And we could have got this game probably would have been 38 because we went for it on 2 4th down. So this margin could have been a lot bigger than what it is.
Yeah, that the first 2 drives there by the Falcons, they were just running up and down the field. What you saw there was Gannon running a 3-4 defense, and you gotta just geek out when you see a defensive coordinator that's seeing what's happening on the field. Because Doug Peterson had the playbook like in his face on the sideline. He never ever was able to read what's going on in the game. Never, ever. So you love the fact that you saw Jonathan Gannon make that adjustment. And that's really when the Eagles started to click after those drives. And I'm going to say the same thing with Nick Sirianni. Like he saw that Devontae Smith was getting whatever he wanted in space. He went to him, bang, 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 bang. And that's what I love to see. We have coaches. And again, this is the Atlanta Falcons. This is overreaction week. This is what we do. When everything is the ebb and flow of NFL season, the narrative is going to 100% change within 3 to 4 weeks. However, I love the fact that Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon are both, students of the game and watching what's happening on the field. How many times do we see Doug Peterson last year? We have something that works. Miles Sanders is crushing.
Run away from it.
And the exact next series, it's the bang, 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 3 straight pass plays. You know what I mean? Like that was the storyline of the 2020 season. And I like that Nick Sirianni had a game plan and he stuck with it. Because what do you expect? You expect like the first series or 2, they're scripted. They're all that kind of stuff. Like you said in the 2-minute drill, like that, they didn't miss a beat after the first 2 drives. Like that, what you saw just kind of maintained. And there's just so many positives.
Man, we already got some predictions in the chat for the 49ers. The Bird Game said 35-17 at home. Or Richard said 31-10. We are still riding this roller coaster. Hey, we ain't come down from it yet. So, hey, we will see if we can stay up there. All right. So, and it's funny, too. It's funny because my next topic is, do you think the Philadelphia Eagles fans are overreacting over this win? It's amazing. See, I predicted already that these fans are still going to be on high. So do you think, are we overreacting? It was against the Falcons. All right. So even though they are an NFL team, it still was over the Falcons. But the Falcons, the past 3-4 times they played us, they put up some points now. You know, like there wasn't like we never like shut them down to 6 points before, and they had Julio. So, I mean, are we overreacting now? Julio is gone. Is Ridley the real number one that they think he would be? Replace Julio? Is Kyle Pitts as good as he was in college, or was it a Trevon Grimes taking some pressure away? Was it a Laverius Tony? I think it was at the Giants, a first-round pick. He also went to the same school. So was it those NFL-type players that was taking the pressure away from that made Kyle Pitts shine? Or I don't know. Like, is the Falcons better on offense than the last time we played them?
I had Mark Schofield on my show last night, and we did a Jalen Hurts breakdown from everything we saw on Sunday. And I asked him that question. What was the result here? Was it the Eagles were that good, or were the Falcons that bad? And he leaned towards the Eagles. He 100% leaned towards the Eagles. And little side note, I asked him at 0 to 10, 10 being 100% lock certain, what are the chances that Jalen Hurts is your franchise quarterback? And he said a 7. So we're trending upward. When you talk about overreaction, I don't give a damn, man. I honestly, like, when's the last time we had fun watching a football game? That was fun on Sunday. Overreact. Have a great time. Go to the bars. Do shots with your friends. Enjoy. Savor the moment. Like, this is going to be not the case every single week. We haven't had this high of this positive of a game in quite some time. So on my end, I'm like, enjoy. And you know what? Because I'm a prospect guy. I'm a development guy. Like, my heart and soul, NFL draft, NBA draft. I love watching the G League. I'm one of those like losers that I could turn on and watch the G League, NBA G League all day. You're building through your leaders here on offense. What Kenny Gainwell had a touchdown. Devontae Smith had a touchdown. Jalen Hurts looked terrific. Player development and Eagles have not been synonymous in a long freaking time. And the fact that you had all this success with your skill players that are younger, like 22, 23, 24 years old, enjoy it, Eagles fans. Let them have it. Just go to town. I don't care if we're overreacting or not. I'm having a blast.
Look, I'm kind of in the middle. All right, so look, I'm kind of in the middle because look, there's something called act like you've been there before, right? We've been winning, but not lately. So we know how it feels to go on a 4-5 game winning streak and make the playoffs. Hey, we know how it feels to win, 11, win the first one, lose against the Chiefs, and just rip 7 more before we lost to the Seahawks. And we still finished 13-3, So we know how it feels. I just don't want us to be so high that we end up being like the Dallas Cowboys when we play the 49ers on Sunday. If we lose, I'm not saying we're going to lose. If we lose, but we kept it close, we give ourselves a moral victory. I don't like moral victories.
I'm good with it.
Are you good with moral victories?
So when we get into the Niners game, I have some takes.
But what's your take on a moral victory factor of it?
Honestly, like, I came into this season thinking that the Eagles were pretty much an average team, not right around the same team as like the Atlanta Falcons. 8 wins, 9 wins. The swing could be anywhere +2. So the fact that they put the Atlanta Falcons on their ass, when was the last time the Eagles and the Falcons played, a game like that? Every single game they've ever played, at least in recent memories, like, goes down to the last play. Exactly. When was the last time? 17-0, like a year or two ago? I don't remember, but they're upset. The Eagles were up 17-0 and blew the lead. The Eagles, the fact that they came out and dominated like that is a testament to what this team is, and I agree. I am not one of the people that are overreacting. I'm in my back of my head. I'm saying, cool it, Dobbs. Cool it, man. Like, just enjoy this, and then like come Saturday, it's back to shop. But I agree. I am definitely of the ilk that if we can make this a game on Sunday, even if we lose and it's a close game, dude, I'm ecstatic. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm just as excited as I am now.
Okay. All right. Hey, Jock Talk have a question. Eagles put LaRaven Clark on IR. How many weeks is he out? I haven't seen that. So it's either going to be 3 weeks or 8 weeks. It depends if it's a short-term IR or is it a long-term, which is 8 weeks.
I assume 8 weeks. But I thought he was on the practice squad. Did I read that wrong?
I haven't looked at that.
Yeah, I just got home from work. I have no idea.
And Niners signed Kerryon Johnson to the practice squad. All right. I mean,
cool.
They lost Moser for the year. I mean, he had season-ending knee surgery today, so he's gone for the year. So bad. Oh, well. Richard, I don't think it's cockiness. It's being optimistic, in my opinion. Nobody's saying that anybody's cocky. I'm just saying, there's a level of being so high, and then us, in case. I'm not saying we are. I think that we're going to beat them. In case we lose, and then the Eagles fan just drop and say, oh, my God, we're not as good as we thought we are, and we start putting our own team down because over one loss. Back in 2017, we started 1-0. And then who came to town? Kansas City came to town with Andy Reid, and we lost. And then after that, we didn't lose again till 8-9 weeks later. So I'm just saying, look, I love the fact that we won convincingly. It wasn't a close one. It wasn't like the Falcons are sorry. Eagles barely beat them, so they must be sorry too. Two sorry teams. No, we were the better team. In the trenches, the better – I could assume the better quarterback because he can move, like mobile enough. The Matt Ryan right now, the only thing to me, he's just smart. Like, he could go through his reads. But as far as a better quarterback overall, I think the better quarterback was Jalen Hurts on that field that day. Man, I'm sorry. I feel like even if we had the Falcons offensive line with Jalen Hurts mobility, I'm telling you right now, if Carson Wentz was our quarterback, he would have taken 4 or 5 sacks because the way he just came up the pocket, rolled out, he felt it coming. But Carson Wentz just want to be like this, like so happy feet back there. He would have got sacked at least 3-4 times. But Jalen Hurts is a mini Russell Wilson. Throughout the whole live stream, I kept on saying, put a number 3 jersey on that dude. I'm telling you, you would think he's a Russell Wilson. He's built, his statue's built like Russell Wilson. The way he carry himself, his demeanor, the way he do his press conferences, never too high, never too low. He's always positive. The rent is due. Hey, he don't plan on missing no payments. Yo, stuff like that was like, oh my God, let's go. We finally got ourselves a quarterback that we could feel confident in, that is strong-minded enough to play in the city of brotherly love. So,
yes. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. Absolutely. If we all said the same thing, this shit would be so boring. Like, enjoy it, man.
Yeah, last year, Jock, Eagles was up 17-0, and we lost the Washington football team because back-to-back picks.
Remember that? Oh my God.
Pick 6. One was pick 6, and then we just fell apart. That was it. Yeah, that was the first game of the season.
Wasn't that Carson to D-Jax, and we're just so excited? And was that last year already?
Yeah, last year. Last year we played the Washington football team. First game, we was up 17-0, all excited, pumping our chest.
Yeah, right. All of a
sudden, we came out the halftime, pick 6, and then it just melted from there. But also we had 7 offensive guys injured.
Nate Herbig was right guard. Jordan Mailata made his first start.
It was horrible. No, Jason Peters was in there. Jason Peters got beat by Sweat a couple times for sacks. Yeah, Jason Peters gave up 2.5 sacks by himself that first game. So, but now we all healthy, and we're gonna go over the PFF, ranking, and the NFL power ranking. All of a sudden, everybody's on the Philadelphia Eagles back on them bandwagon. Look, I had applications. I tell people September 8th, the applications are done. There's no more applications for people to jump on the Eagles bandwagon. That's it. The season started September 9th, and look, that's it. There's no more applications. Get off the Eagles bandwagon. Do not even attempt to come on the Eagles bandwagon. Richard, with our home field, do you think our defense will get turned over? Absolutely. I think so. I think that we are looking at least 1 or 2 fumbles from Jimmy G, the Statue of Liberty, if he can't move. So that's why I think that this is Trey Lance coming out party.
You think so?
Yes. If I'm Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan, his father. I keep saying Mike. So if I'm Kyle Shanahan and I'm watching the Philadelphia Eagle front from this past Sunday, there's no way I'm keeping Jimmy G back there for long. Yeah. Like after the first few series, oh man, we still I'm getting him out of here because the Philadelphia Eagles are preparing for who? Jimmy G. If our coaches are smart, they might prepare for both because I think they're going to play both, but how long? Who's going to play more? It all depends on the game plan. It all depends how the game is going. But I feel like that Trey Lance is going to play a lot more than what we think. Maybe a 50-40 split, a 50-50 split, or 60-40, but he's definitely not going to play no 5 plays like he did this past Sunday against the Lions, and he still scored a touchdown. Mm-hmm. So
first throw.
Yeah. So I mean, what's your opinion about that? Do you think that we're going to see a lot of Trey Lance?
You watched the highlights. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I watched the game, but I did see the edited highlights. But you saw like kind of that Niners offense is built on misdirection and built on trying to get defenses off balance. That's what Trey Lance gives you. That's what Deebo Samuel's all about. That's what George Kittle is all about. Mm-hmm. That's a tough offense. And hopefully Brandon Ayuk is still out next week. Or just keep him off the field because he's electric as well in space. So they have a lot of weapons. The question is, does the defense get enough turnovers? We need it. I mean, that's why you brought in Anthony Harris, Eric Wilson, guys that are ball hawks, Steven Nelson. The Eagles defense was among the worst in the NFL last year in getting takeaways. Yeah. So this is it. Like you cannot afford – Lane Johnson cannot afford to have all those penalties. The Eagles they have to play pretty well here to win. That being said, the Niners didn't play perfect either. Like this was right down to the wire, a 1-score game.
Under 2 minutes left. 17-41, I believe. 2 minutes left. 17-41, and you almost lost the game.
I saw him miss field goals. I saw fumbles. That was not a complete game by the 49ers by any means. Do I think the Eagles are better than the Detroit Lions? I don't know. I'm not gonna. We'll see.
Wait, what? Wait. What's your question?
Do you think the Eagles are better than the Detroit Lions?
Come on, Croc. Come on, man. How you gonna say that?
One game at a time. One game at a time.
You gonna put us in the same breath at the Detroit Lions? Eagles fans about to get you, man. Eagles fan about to get you, and I didn't even have you play devil's advocate yet. You know what I mean? But nah, I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying, but
if the Eagles remain healthy, they're better on paper. I'm tired of talking about paper. I'm tired. I want to see it, and they at least on Sunday they showed it. But I do think that the Eagles definitely have a chance to take these guys down on Sunday, the Niners. And I do think Richard's probably right on, or is it? Yeah, Richard. Yeah. He's probably right on it. Like the team that makes the most mistakes will definitely lose because typically a team that has 14 penalties doesn't win 32-6. That's not going to happen here in week 2. I really do think the Eagles have to play cleaner. They 100% have to win the turnover battle. But if they keep playing the same way, within the trenches, and let their speedsters, their young guys, just blaze all over the place, they got a chance. They got a chance.
I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to jump on the 49ers 14-0, which is going to put the 49ers in a bad spot because now they are one-sided, and they have to throw the ball because it's at home. First game at the link, 64,000 fans. I mean, the Eagles are going to be pumped up, wound up. Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, they're going to be kicking in doors, taking names and everything. So I do believe that we do come out and jump on it and jump on them. I really, really do. I do believe that we're going to be seeing a lot of this, stuff right here. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that right there. Look, that's it.
That's one of the best.
Yeah.
I tweeted that.
I'm telling you right now.
I hope they do that the entire season because that is they're going to lead the league in sacks. They're very high potential leading league. I want to see 50 of those this year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because last year we had 49, but without blitzing. So absolutely. My projection for sacks is 60 sacks. So right now we got 3. We should have had at least 5 or 6. There were so many times that we bull rush and then Matt Ryan just stepped up. I kept on saying, grab Matt Ryan, just put a hand on his jersey. So we should have had at least 6 sacks that game by itself. But it's game 1. And guess what? This game right here is just an extra preseason game. The real season starts next week. There's 17 games this year. So we used to playing 16 games. So the real season starts this upcoming Sunday against a good opponent, So Bergen said, hey, we're going to smoke the 49ers. I told you, man. If Bergen said, hey, we 17-0 until proven otherwise.
I do think, all signs point to this being a really high-scoring game. I do think, what is the most logical thing then to happen? It'll probably be like a 20-19 type of game. You know what I mean? It's going to be a close defensive game that you never expect it.
Hey, shout out to my guy, Ludacris. What's up, JC? Just a Rams fan watching from a distance. Being that I'm a certified Cowboys hater, hey, you my guy. I'm rooting for you guys to win your division. Horns up. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, we got Cowboys fans.
That's cool.
OMG. Oh, man. Bird ain't on you, Crockpot. Bird ain't on you. And the minute you put the Detroit line, hey, the Eagles in the same breath with the Detroit line, he was off. I hate it.
Do not ask for my opinion on things I don't understand. I'll say that. I do not watch the Detroit Lions play. I live in my own bubble of Marvel, Philly sports, and DC Comics. Just let me be at my peak. So I don't ask me on that. I probably would take it back. But that being said, I know my role. So I 100% would agree that's probably pretty stupid.
All right. So, hey, Jock, look. If the Falcons beat the Bucs this week, how good are we? And then how good are we if the Falcons somehow find a way to beat the Bucs and we beat the 49ers? Super Bowl?
I think it's no, 1 week at a time, bro. 1 week at a time. Let's you saw the Bengals beat the Vikings. Let's focus on let the Eagles focus on their job. I'm not gonna go too crazy there.
Oh man, Richard, Detroit shaking my head. What's up, Caitlin? Fly Eagles fly. You think we will go deep to Devontae?
No.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
no.
No,
the number one corner is out. The number one corner is out. I feel like this is the game that we might go deep at least a couple times because in order to open that field up, I think we're going to test them out either to Quez or Rager or Devontae. Somebody is going to go get behind that defensive secondary.
You look at I think you're going to see the exact same game plan you saw against the Atlanta Falcons. You look at the strengths of this Niners defense. Their front seven is among the best in the NFL. Greenland, D Ford's a beast now. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, they are stacked. And However, the ironic thing was, like, when you watch the tape, like, there were a lot of running lanes for the Detroit Lions. They were getting some good yardage. So that's a good sign. But like you said, Jason Verrett's out. That weakness is in that secondary. You look at their pass rush, very good. I do expect, Nick Sirianni to kind of do that same blueprint. Get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands and get that screen game running, get that RPO running, and sell that play action. Then you get Devontae down the field. We'll see. I agree. 1 to 2 makes sense. But I don't think you're going to see this like downfield offense, not this week.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, shout out to the 8, 9 in the chat. Look, if you're watching, hit that like button, man. Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel, just go subscribe to my channel. But this is MrCrockpot link right there. It's in the chat. So just click on the link. Go subscribe to him. You know what I mean? Because, hey, we're going to be doing this all season. We look out for each other. So, look, this is our season. I have a feeling that this is our season, and we are going to do some big things. So let's see what happens. One game at a time is right. One game at a time is right. But I got a feeling, man, this is the first year in a long time that the Philadelphia Eagles are coming into the season being underdogs. And then everybody's mindset is the same thing. Nobody's saying, oh, yeah, hey, we did this. Everybody say, on to the 49ers. On to the 49ers. And nobody pumping their chest, throwing no parade. These guys are focused, man. I'm telling you, everybody on this team has something to prove. Everybody, from the coaches, even Nick Sirianni. I didn't know that he was mad after his press conference that we was laughing at him. He said, he told the players that he was mad. After his first press conference, people was making fun of him. Look, everybody got something to prove. And that's what I love to hear that. I love to hear the inside scoop. So now I'm like, okay, these guys are playing for their coaches. These guys are playing for each other, Hey, we'll see what happens.
Not only that, like, they're all business. And like you saw that from the jump with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. I love that play. One of the best plays of Sunday was the rub route with Zach Ertz and Devontae on the edge on the touchdown pass. That was just a beautifully designed play, run flawlessly. How many times that could have been easily a pick or blown up to smithereens? And that's that. And then right after the game, Devontae was asked, when did you know that was going to be a touchdown? And stone cold, as soon as they gave me man coverage, no one, that was cockiness. But I love that mindset that no one can beat him. He's going to get hits. I love that. That is what you need, that alpha male mentality here in Philadelphia, man. He's going to go really far if he's saying these things. He's already the funniest thing was my last jersey I ever bought was, I'm not a current player's jersey guy. And I bought a Ben Simmons jersey. And sure enough, now he wants out of Philadelphia. I'm 2 weeks ago, I was remember the trade report? And I was I am done. I put it on Twitter, I am officially never, ever, ever buying a current player's jersey ever again, because I'm a curse. And now Devontae is really pushing that now. If I'm gonna
buy a shirt, hey, just buy a Devontae shirt, with the number 6 on it. So hey, you ain't gotta buy a jersey.
I can buy my daughter a Devontae shirt. That's done.
Hey, Jock Talk. It's going to be a heavyweight fight in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Yeah. Both teams have great lines. I agree. With the addition of Trent Williams on the 49ers, on the offensive side, I don't know. I mean, who's going against Trent Williams? I think it might be Graham or Sweat on the outside.
Trent Williams would be Josh Sweat and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Derek Barnett. And then on the other end, you would have D Ford versus D Ford versus Lane Johnson. In the middle there, you have Alex Mack, who's a beast. So unfortunately, we're not going up against Jalen Mayfield this week. Wouldn't that be nice? Rest in peace, Jalen Mayfield, because he got completely murdered. But that is a very good Niners offensive line. So can they replicate that? We'll see. I mean, I would like to know kind of their pressure rate. I don't know how much they actually blitzed against the Falcons. It didn't seem that much.
I didn't see them blitz against the Detroit Lions at all. I mean, hey, Jared Goff was getting anything he wanted to get. He was throwing all over them.
And their wide receivers, the Lions wide receivers were getting whatever they wanted to.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So we will see. So Berghain 17-0 until proven guilty. I like it. If only we was living in fantasy world, I would love it even more. Hilltop, you guys play great, but if you could take a second on what you thought of Matt Stafford, that would be awesome. Yo, look, hey, I love Matt Stafford. I'm telling you right now, the Rams is the team to beat in an NFC West. They will win the NFC West. Could they challenge the Bucs? Absolutely, they could challenge the Bucs because overall, I think that the Rams have the better team. I mean, like on the shoot, Aaron Donald, who's going to stop him in the middle? Like you saw the Tampa Bay Bucs play the Cowboys. I don't think Dak Prescott got set. What one time? I was disappointed. I was expecting Sue and freaking JPP and all those guys, Barrett, to run through the Cowboys line. They didn't. So, yeah, I think that the Rams is a team to beat, and they're going to win that division. I think that they will win that division. Your thoughts? You think so?
I know enough, like I said, to stay in my lane. I'm not going to make a comment on Matt Stafford. I'm not going to pretend like I watch them. I don't watch them. I live in my own bubble. I watch the Eagles. When I'm done watching the Eagles, I'll probably put on, Captain America, the first Avenger or something along those lines.
Hey, Richard, you think our offensive line will run on the opposite side of Bosa? No. I just think we will run a lot of misdirection. And I think one way to beat that aggressive rush is to throw screen that way. It's to throw screen. Hey, Bosa, it comes in, you just throw screen above his head, over his head. And that will slow him down a little bit. And so we'll see. Jack, Einstein,
I love that comment in the bottom. That comment on the bottom is my favorite.
17-0 until proven guilty, until proven otherwise. Did Joe Mario get arrested for the criminal? Yes. And matter of fact, yeah, man. Yeah. And guess what? He is getting released on Sunday morning, right on time to do the exact same thing against the 49ers, right on time. All right. So let's
touch on are we going to run away from Nick Bosa? Just to touch on that, Isaac Seumalo, he did have some penalties, but he was I think the top graded guard in week 1. So he played well. And like I said, if Jordan Mailata can continue to play as good as we think he is, they should be okay. It's going to be a battle, man. It's going to be a straight bloodbath in those trenches because that's why I'm so happy. That's why I'm so positive about this Eagles squad is they've got a lot of fun young pieces on the outside, but the meat of the bones football is not that complicated. You win in the trenches. Like that is through and through, and you win in the trenches with speed on the outside, and the Eagles are building that way, and that's just a fun concept.
All right, look. Since you already ruined this for me because you said that the Detroit line was as in the same breath as the Philadelphia Eagles. But hey, look, I want you to play devil's advocate, right? Okay. I want you to tell me why that we are not going to win more than 5 games this year.
Not going to win more than 5 games?
Yes, that's why I want you to.
God, I put out a video like that, and I've been getting killed. I did a preview series on why they're going to surpass expectations, why they're going to fail. And people saw the fail video, but they didn't see the video right next to it. And it was completely misconstrued. I'm not thinking they're going to fail, but what I said in that video was obviously injuries on the offensive line. If that injury bug creeps back up, knock on freaking wood, man. It's like 1,000 billion times. But that was kind of the thing that killed them last year. How many offensive line combinations did they have in 2020? It was insane. You can't do that behind a young quarterback like that. That is unfair. Obviously the defense, especially the defensive line, Brandon Graham gets hurt. Javon Hargrave gets hurt like he did last year, or Fletcher Cox gets hurt. If we keep talking about how the strength of the Eagles is the trenches, if they start getting some of those old guys banged up a little bit, this could completely change where, maybe that's not your strength anymore. And then you have to kind of alter the game plan, which based on what we saw in week 1, like Nick Sirianni is going to play to his players' strengths. Jonathan Gannon is going to put his players in position to succeed, and he's going to watch the game and make adjustments, something we haven't seen in a long, long time. So that if the injuries start to amount on that offensive line, on that defensive line, that's going to obviously get in between the ears of Jalen Hurts. Then he starts scrambling all the time in the pocket. Like, I don't want that. Like, that is definitely my nightmare. At the end of the day, like, this is about getting a full evaluation on Jalen Hurts. Injuries across the offensive line would pretty much ruin me. Like, that would ruin me, because if we then, come January, we're then talking about, while we don't know about Jalen Hurts, I would be devastated, absolutely devastated. Why the Eagles will win 5 or less games, injuries across the offensive line, or defensive line. That's where they're old, and that's where there's potential for definitely a step back.
Okay. Hey, Jock Talk. Hey, his link is right here. It should be in the chat. If you scroll all the way up, just click on the link. All right. So let's move on, because we kind of running. Yeah. Okay. So Eagles open up 11.1 million cap space, right? They have $20 million. So do you think some way, somehow, that Howie Roseman is doing his little numbers, his little calculations, and he's looking at other teams? If we are in the hunt, trade deadline comes, do you think he make a big trade? Or do you think that as the season go along, these guys are playing outstanding, and he extend Anthony Harris, for instance, or Eric Wilson, Dallas Goedert. So all this free money that we have. And then next year, I think in 2022, we have right now $29 million. So if you combine those right now, that's $49 million. And we still, Carson Wentz money is still going have to drop off. Or do you really think that he's just trying to free up to make a big trade or pick up somebody in the free agent, which I don't know who he'll go pick up. But so what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm kind of weird with Fletcher Cox. Like, what? Like, I'm happy, like, keep him in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. But is he good enough? Like, where would you rank Fletcher Cox in terms of top defensive tackles in the NFL? Because I thought last year when he's top playing
top 5 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Were there times that he was definitely disappointing? Like, do you agree with that?
Well, because last year he started the season hurt too. This is his first season that he's coming in healthy, besides the 2017 season. Yeah. So when Fletcher Cox don't produce, also he Malik Jackson was next to him that was hurt. Hargrave was a disappointment last year. So I think that Fletcher Cox had to take on a lot of double teams and triple teams. But with that being said, this year, with Hargrave already having 2 sacks, all right, so Cox is behind. So I think if Hargrave keep dominating, that teams are going to throw the double team towards Hargrave way, and there's no excuse why Fletcher Cox cannot be a 101. So I feel like now he actually have a bona fide front 4. These guys are kicking in doors. I'm telling you, kicking in doors. So there's no reason why this year he should not produce. If you don't produce this year, if you don't get more than 8 sacks, I'm going to be disappointed, because the last time he got double-digit sacks was the 2017 season when we won the Super Bowl. He got 10 sacks. So I need him to be that way again, especially when our line is as dominant as the 2017 line, with the Harry, with the Long, and what's his name? He always my guy, Curry. So this line right here is better than that. It's better than that from 2017. So he should eat. This game right here. I need Cox to show up. This is a Fletcher Cox game this upcoming Sunday. At home, you better show up and show out.
Yeah, I mean, this is the cap is why Howie's here. I mean, he is excellent at the cap. There's no one would ever deny that. I mean, he's terrific with numbers. I'm not a big cap person, so I don't know. But I absolutely, what I do know is, next free agency, next offseason, potentially 3 first-round picks. Like, there is a real world here where, like, the Eagles, You win what, like 9 games. You get some playoff experience for Jalen Hurts, and then boom, you got potentially 3 first-round picks. You've got a ton of cap space, and you can really make some crazy amount of damage heading into 2023. I know it's like I'm jumping way ahead, but that like these are the moves that I see. I don't know. I mean, it truly obviously comes right back. It circles right back to Jalen Hurts. And what is our evaluation of him? If we're like looking at like week 6, week 7, and he's still putting up these crazy numbers, like on path for like 4,000 yards, nearly 1,000 rushing yards, and the Eagles are winning and the Eagles are healthy on the trenches. You know, I'm typically someone that would say like, let's slow play this and let's see what we got maybe a year from now. However, like, I don't know, like how often do you get that chance? So I'm good if he makes a trade. If all the stars are aligned and if Jalen Hurts is as good as he is and Devontae is as good as he is and we're healthy on the trenches and like I said, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Look, I see this year as the last dance for a lot of our vets. You know, I feel like with all this restructure and stuff like that, with the Barnett restructure, the Cox restructure, I mean, I think that this might be one of the last chances that we get because next year we might trade a few of them. So we need to succeed this year, though. Like, we really, really need to succeed this year. So, Richard, how many TDs do you think that Smith will get this season? I said about 8. You?
That would be high for me. I'd probably be in that 6 to 8. I think depending on, I mean, him and Hurts did not skip a beat at all. At all. That was really great to see. Like I said, in that second quarter when it was like bang, 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 bang with Jalen and Devontae, that was just so special. So I might be low on that. I definitely might be low on that. And I love how you called him Russell Wilson. I don't know if you knew that, but Russell Wilson's like my favorite quarterback in the NFL. So when you're calling Jalen Hurts like the next Russell Wilson, I got goosebumps. That's
I see it. I mean, I've been saying it for the longest. I mean, I see it. The way he runs, the way he carries himself, underdog mentality. You know, a 4th-round pick with Matt Flynn was there. You know, he signed his big contract with the Seahawks, and Russell Wilson beat him out. They shipped Matt Flynn out. You know, Carson Wentz was here. Hey, they signed to a big contract. You know, and Jalen Hurts shipped them out. So, I mean, hey, everything is like kind of like, oh, my God. It's like the same story. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see what happened. Hey, the PFF rankings, of course, came out, you know, for the quarterback past week performance. And look who's number 2. Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback out of the NFL, folks. Remember, he wasn't even in the top, 40? Yo, he was number 40. All of a sudden, one good game, and their eyes are open. Like what we've been telling them the whole time. Excuse me. I'm really starting to question these so-called experts. Because that's why I think the content creators are the ones that fans should listen to because we follow our teams to a T. These so-called experts, they don't. Man, they just look at the Eagles record from last year, how dysfunctional that they were last year with all the injuries, with the head coach and being the same, with the offensive coordinator being gone. Ever since he's been left, Eagles been dumpster juice. You know what I mean? So, and all of a sudden now, we was the worst team. And now look at this. After one game, Jalen Hurts, folks, is underneath Tom Brady, above Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Jimmy G, and Josh Allen. Look who's number 2.
It's great, man.
Come on now. This is amazing.
I want to touch on the Devontae. Do you know what Jalen Hurts' passer rating is when he's targeting Devontae Smith in week 1?
Probably perfect.
148.5.
Perfect, yeah. I saw him. No drops. I ain't seen that one drop.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
I mean, this is a great stat. I mean, it's a quarterback-driven league. If Jalen Hurts is everything and then some, yes, the Eagles do have a chance to win the NFC East crown. There's no question about that. And you look across, like Daniel Jones, garbage, absolutely garbage. What's his face from Washington just got hurt?
Fitzpatrick. He's
Fitzpatrick.
gone probably for the
He's
whole
gone.
year, probably.
He gone. So there's definite potential that they could take the division for sure. I mean, you can't deny that. And I asked Mark Schofield that, like, what was your kind of thoughts on Jalen Hurts within this Nick Sirianni offense? There's no question that Nick Sirianni is playing to Jalen Hurts' strengths. However, that being said, there are definite things that Jalen Hurts can do better, like that miss he had with Zach Ertz down the field. Like, if that was a better throw, that was a touchdown. And there are some accuracy things, but going back to Devontae, like, to have a guy like that can play in the slot, play on the outside, to be a third down weapon. The Eagles were among the bottom of the NFL last year in third down conversion rate. Mm-hmm. The fact that we have a security blanket in Devontae Smith for Jalen Hurts is immense. It is so immense. We haven't had a guy that can beat separation, create separation off the line of scrimmage like that in so freaking long. So that is truly exciting. So we'll see. There are definite signs. Like I said, player development. The fact that we're finally nice. The fact that we're finally seeing it translate on the field just makes me like ooze with joy. It is something special.
Yeah, and once again, now look at this. We went up 8 spots, but a lot of people said that we played garbage teams. But for some way, somehow, even though we beat this garbage team, we went up 8 spots. All of a sudden now, the outside world, the Eagles bubble, the outside Eagles fans are starting to see that this team might be better than we expect. Or a Steven Smith, A. Smith, he still won't give us credit. He still won't give, a Jalen Hurts his flowers. That's okay. Oh, Shannon Sharp. Sharp.
Wait. Who is that guy?
On the bird.
Who is that guy who does his own show every? I don't watch.
Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd, who like doing the Eagles preview and named Andre Dillard as their starting tackle.
Exactly.
So funny. Oh my god.
People don't watch. I'm telling you right now, they just read what other people are saying, and then they just run with it. It's funny that everybody in the media was saying the exact same thing about the Eagles, and now everybody in the media is saying the exact same thing, about Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, he's getting better. Also now the Eagles might win an NFC East. No, keep that same energy y'all had. Throughout the whole offseason and preseason, when the Eagles content creator was literally telling y'all that y'all going to be, making the huge mistakes. And now we're number 17. Look at that. Have we all been sleeping on the Eagles? That's like the perfect way to start it. Absolutely. Yes, y'all been sleeping on the Philadelphia Eagles, but that's all right. We love it. I love when people sleep on the Philadelphia Eagles, but
just enjoy it, guys. Enjoy
the ride.
The ebbs and flows of the NFL season is real. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. There's going to be major lows. There's going to be major highs. We're on a major high, and like we had that earlier question, is it wrong to overreact? Absolutely not. Let's enjoy this. I got my boy Chris Coyle joining. He's my best friend. Thanks for joining, Coyle. But make sure you subscribe here to JC Eagles Talk. Please subscribe. But anyway, it's a good time, man. It's a good time to be able to go through the weekend, the process of the weekend, and not feel like shit, mid-Sunday. I did preview shows. I did pregame shows, watch parties, postgame shows, every single game last year. And dude, I absolutely felt like death. I felt like death every single week. Like we hit like week 8, and I was questioning like my fanhood. I was like, do I want my 2-year-old daughter to do this? Is it worth it? Like, what am I doing with my life? Like I went through like a Eagles midlife crisis.
Hey, it happens. And now, guess what? It's all going to be like roses, like beautiful, like look, no stress. I'm no stress over here. I love the underdog mentality. That's why I wanted JJ Arcega-Whiteside to make the team, because I'm an underdog. I love people that are underdog, because that's when you see what they are made out of. And everybody deserves a second chance, because not everybody work well together. So that's why I was like, JJ should make the team just based on the new coaching staff, the development, and everything like that. And guess what? He made the team. So what would your game plan be against the 49ers to keep them guessing on their toes.
Everything you saw on Sunday, I want to see quick routes to Jalen Reagor on the outside. I want to get – so if you watch the tape against the Lions, like the Lions running backs and wide receivers actually looked really strong at that second level. If the Eagles can get their playmakers, get their speed guys like Jalen Reagor, like Quez Watkins, like Devontae Smith at that second level, like Jordan Mailata just completely depleting that guy on that play, touchdown play by Jalen Reagor. Like that's where I think the Eagles can really expose this defense. If they're able to run misdirection plays and get that RPO clicking and get that defense off balance, quick throws, get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands, get that defense having no idea what's coming next. That's when you start talking about getting downfield as well. So that's the game plan. It's the same as last week. Expose this weak Niners secondary, and let's get our guys in speed, in space. And it kind of goes to the other side on defense too. George Kittle is an absolute monster in space. He had 14 plus yards after the catch in week 1. So it's the same thing, same as Deebo Samuel. I think there's a lot of kind of similarities there as well because Deebo is versatile and can be lined up anywhere across the field, just like Devontae Smith. So it goes both ways. But if the Eagles can get the ball to their guys on the outside and be able to get to that second level, I think you could see some home run hitters on Sunday. That would be my game plan.
Yeah, I agree. Look, hey, I love your game plan, and I just want us to run a little bit more. I want us to utilize Gainwell and Sanders, because once they start trying to creep up, the Warners, the Greenlaw, hey, that's when you have Goddard, Hurts, and you could just expand it a little bit more because, hey, Hockenson, the Detroit line tight end, he was eating all day. Go watch the highlights. So he was heating them up all day. So that's Goddard. I see Goddard or Hurts having a big game because their linebackers are so sucked into trying to stop the run that their backside is wide open. Their secondary is weak. So their front seven is good. But if you can get past that front seven, we are in great shape.
My player of the game is Devontae Smith. At home, I think he's going to go absolutely crazy in this game. But I want to give a quick shout out to Miles Sanders, who was really underrated in that week 1 victory. I mean, even pass blocking, that's something that he struggled with. He made one really good block there for Jalen Hurts there. I forget. I think it was in the second half or second quarter. I could be wrong. However, talk about dink and dunk. Miles Sanders, Jalen Reagor, to be able to get those guys involved early, get them in the right headspace, let alone on the field, is so huge for their confidence and getting these guys, in sync with this offense. Jalen Reagor already got a touchdown. We know what he's going to be. He's going to be that guy to, stretch defenses vertically and horizontally. You got Miles Sanders now, who had 8 drops, I think, last year, struggled with fumbles. This guy looked insane. That I'm going back to Nick Sirianni. These guys were ready to go despite the penalties. That's a first week thing. Every team's going to have that. But the fact that you saw Miles Sanders not miss a beat on offense in the passing game on the ground, there was a point where I was yelling at the TV for Nick Sirianni to run with Gainwell over Miles Sanders on that 4th and short. Miles Sanders was so locked in. That's the Miles Sanders we saw his rookie season. We didn't see that all last year. Got to give some love to Miles Sanders, man. He had a great game.
Yeah, a great backfield. I think that we have the 2 best back in the NFC East in the backfield. Might be in the NFL, but we'll see. But so far, I think with Gainwell, the 2-headed monsters that we have, it might be a great duel. All right. So do you think the Eagles can dominate the 49ers O-line like they did the Falcons?
No. Jalen Mayfield does not play for the San Francisco 49ers, so that's unfortunate. We already went through this O-line for the 49ers. They are absolutely loaded. One of the best.
You don't see this happening a lot, huh? You don't see this happening a lot?
That. I did not say that.
What is what I'm saying? What do you mean? That's domination right there. They're dominating. The boys are dominating when they do that. So you don't see this happening.
I didn't say that. I would love to see it. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to. If I had to guess, it's going to be a pretty high scoring game. I do think it'll, like one commenter said, it's probably going to come down to who makes the most mistakes with interceptions and all that kind of stuff. Who can get their quarterback the most comfortable in the pocket will probably be the storyline here. This is not the Atlanta Falcons offensive line or defensive line. Everybody and their mother saw the advantage of the Eagles over the Falcons in week one. This is a totally different scenario where the Eagles are going to have to play really well. Like, they're not going to be able to have 14 penalties and 7 on the offensive line. Lane Johnson's not going to be able to have 3 penalties on the right side against Dee Ford. He'll get murdered. So there's a lot of things that the Eagles can definitely clean up. That being said, I do think the Eagles have an advantage. I want to see a really strong rotation on that defensive line. Javon Hargrave has been the storyline all training camp and preseason. I want to see him to keep eating. And like you said, maybe I didn't see it, but sometimes, like, when you're a defensive tackle and you don't have your name thrown everywhere, like, that's a good thing. So maybe that was why Javon Hargrave was eating against Jalen Mayfield and the Atlanta Falcons offensive line. So yes and no. I do think the fact that we're home, if we were in San Francisco, I'd probably have a different tone. The fact that we're home and we've got the crowd and the energy, it's going to be absolutely insane with Jalen Hurts and Devontae and all of our young guys getting to play in front of their fans. There's a chance. There's a chance.
There is. Look, I think that we're going to have that rotation going. You know, the Kerrigan more. You're going to see a Kerrigan.
I want to see Milton Williams. I want to see more Milton Williams, baby.
You're going to see a Ridgeway and Milton Williams in together. Because I think that they're going to want these guys fresh for the fourth quarter, you know, the Hargrave, the Cox, and the fourth quarter. So I feel like that we could take advantage of that because you can't switch out your offensive tackles. I mean, you can't say, hey, next offensive tackle, hey, come on here and take – no, you can't. But you sure can switch out your defensive line and still be fresh in order to be able to win that fourth quarter. So I think that whoever wins this game will be the better team within the trenches. And I feel like both teams are strong, but I feel like that we have a top 5 offensive line and a top 5 defensive line. So with that being said, maybe it's San Fran is top 6, top 7 on both sides. That's still not better than top 5.
They're weak. That secondary is weak. They are not deep at all. They just brought in someone to replace Mosley, I think, and now Verrett's out. You know, you put some pressure on that 49ers secondary and maybe a guy falls down a little bit. Like, that's where the Eagles really need to get in. And if they can, like I said, get in that second level with the screens, with the dig and dunks and all that kind of stuff, I think that's where you get that. Our offensive line, conversely, in that second level, that's where we can see some big plays. So I do agree we're going to see some downfield balls, but I really want to see them commit to that.
Okay. Hey, what is your prediction for Sunday's game? I need a stat for Jalen Hurts. And I need your score. So Hurts and your final score prediction.
I haven't given this yet. I wrote like a 1,500-word preview on this game. Okay. And I have a video coming out on this game.
All right, so hey, look.
Wait, no. Give me a second. Let me think. I'll go. God, we're home. Fuck it. Yeah. We're going 28 Eagles, Falcons 26, and Devontae
49ers. 49ers.
Eagles win. Eagles.
Yeah, but you say Falcons.
Oh, sorry. 49ers.
I'm like, whoa.
Sorry. I'll go 28-26 Eagles. Okay. It's going to be a close game. Super close game. Devontae Smith will be the MVP of this game. I expect 8 catches, around 140, 150 yards, 2 scores.
Oh, wow.
And I'll say, obviously, that the Eagles' defensive line will probably make the play of the game that shifts it to the Eagles.
All right. Oh, hey, look, I'm going 31-23. 31-23. Eagles win with Jalen Hurts it's her season. If he's throwing 2 touchdowns to Devontae and over 100-something yards, how much total yards is Jalen Hurts going to have? He might have over 300 yards then, because 160 between Goddard, Hurts, Rager, Quest, Sanders, Gainwell. I mean, 160, for all of them is not much if Smith is going to have 140 yards. And I say that he throws for 3 touchdowns and definitely run for 1. But he do turn the ball over one time, either a fumble or interception.
And we already touched on it. Like, what I'm so excited about is we have a head coach that's going to see mismatches actually on the field, not just on a playbook or scripted plays like Doug Peterson. We have a head coach. I know it's only one game, but the fact that I saw him see Quez Watkins get open at the start of that game on Sunday, the fact that he saw that chemistry building between Devontae and Jalen Hurts, bang, 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 4 straight plays. Like, I do feel like we're going to get like a banger game by Devontae, where he gets like 10 targets and 8-9 catches and has a monster game. And I do think it's this game. I do think it's a home opener. The fans are going to be going crazy at the Link. And the fact that we're 1-0, I do think that, as long as like the Eagles don't fall into kind of the 2020 mistakes of like getting eaten by tight ends, that has always been the Achilles heel. They help Kyle Pitts really well on Sunday. If they can avoid that, they avoid the Jimmy G, the George Kittle for big gains on the first couple of drives, I think we're going to be looking good.
Okay. Look, I agree, man. Hey, this was a great show. Hey, I appreciate you coming on the last minute. Hey, the energy was there. The knowledge was there. The fans was there, even though you got a little bit of them, a little sour a little bit, but I like it. You know why? Because not every Eagle fan or content creator is going to agree. All right. So I love the fact that we could do this respectfully, regardless of our opinions or not. So, and this is what this is about. This is what this is about, the respect factor, the knowledge of it, and just to have fun. We don't get paid to do this. We do this out of passion and love. And I appreciate you coming on here once last time. Let them know where to find you at, man, and what you're working on.
I'm just honored to join again, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I am Dives, MrCrockpot. On Twitter, you can follow me on thepaintlines.com. All my write-ups there. The Painted Lines on YouTube. All my videos are there. Sports, entertainment, it's all there. Again, thank you so much for joining, man. Look forward to it next time, man. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is his link, by the way. It's in the chat. So if you just click the link, it'll take you right to his channel and subscribe to him. All right, man. Hey, look, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know how you got on this live then. But, hey, look, just subscribe to my channel. I try to do play-by-play every Sunday for the Philadelphia Eagle fans that cannot see the game. And I know there's a lot of people. Man, shout out to all the fans in Texas. I know Texas is full of Eagle fans, and I have a whole bunch of them on Facebook. So shout out to Texas fans, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, Texas, holding it down in Texas. Hey, I'm in Virginia. I moved to Virginia a few years ago, so trust me, I know the DMV area is all Washington no-name fans. So, look, it's all good, man. So it's all love, and I appreciate it. And as always, go Birds.